Neil, it happened again. Penn State leading in the fourth quarter. Good competition. Can't hold on. 5 losses now in the last 2 years by a total of 12 points. These are unbelievably frustrating losses when you feel like you're the better team and you just don't close the deal.
Yeah, and it's something that the coaching staff is going to have to self-evaluate. They clearly aren't coaching the same way to put the game away as they have been to build the lead for 3+ quarters. And when you look at this pattern, granted, these are the tougher teams, but these are the teams you're going to be judged on, and the teams you aspire to be. Real frustrating today. A Michigan State team that had been thrown on all year by just about everybody. Suddenly Penn State couldn't throw and ran fairly well against them in Michigan State. So you never quite know, but I think you lose to Ohio State, it's one thing. They're an elite team.
Yeah.
I don't know that Michigan State is.
You start to break down individual plays. Obviously, the 4th down call at the end of the game against Ohio State was magnified. 3rd and goal at the 2, you throw a fade to Juwan Johnson. That is a horrific play call. That's absolutely terrible. I mean, for all the criticism Ricky Ronnie took, that's a horrible call. Yeah. And then Trace McSorley, a senior quarterback, the best quarterback in school history, while here, runs out of bounds and helps Michigan State save a timeout, or else 30 more seconds. Just things that, every time they lose one of these games, it's something different, but for whatever reason, they just can't close the deal.
Yeah, no question. And, they had been pretty good in the red zone up until this game. McSorley has just been off, in some ways all year in terms of the passing game. He's had a lot of balls dropped. Some of them.
Do you think these receivers are very good? Outside of KJ Hamler, Juwan Johnson is the biggest disappointment on this team, period. I mean, do you think these receivers are good enough?
No, I don't. And they dropped a lot of balls. But I thought today in particular, Trace didn't have a good game. He was really off as well. Even the balls that were caught, Freiermuth, leaping catches. So I don't know that he's really hit that many guys in stride or been as good as he once was.
And again,
and he took a lot of the blame for himself, the kind of leader he is.
He is a great leader, and this is where it gets tough, because at halftime of this game, when Pitt was leading Notre Dame, and you're thinking, if Pitt beats Notre Dame and Penn State runs the table, Penn State's in the college football playoff, or right there. And then 2 hours later, they can't finish the deal, and this is the 2nd loss. And now all of your primary goals are gone. There's no college football playoff. There's no Big Ten championship. This is where, and you've said this for years, going back to Paterno, this is where you find out about the leadership on your team and who you really are.
That's right. But I also think this is sort of who they are. These last couple years, they've been kind of a 2-3 loss program, generally.
But didn't need to be, because all those games they could have won.
But maybe not. But like Bill Parcells says, you are what your record is, and they haven't won those games, and they haven't been able to put people away, and they are transitioning a new offensive coordinator. So there's some more deep water ahead for this team.
Yeah.
I mean, you can kind of throw a blanket. Iowa looks like a pretty decent team. Yeah. I don't think you can just automatically say, well, they're Penn State, they're gonna be able to run the table. I mean,
and
I want to give Michigan State some credit.
Absolutely.
I mean, you talk about a well-coached team today, springing surprises, managing the clock, veteran coach, played tough. This was an old school football game today, and Michigan State was the better old school team.
Yeah, they did a nice job of it. Congratulations to those guys. And you just look at Penn State going forward. The defense played great today. And I got people on Twitter saying, fire Brent Pry. That's insane. The offense let them down today. Yeah. And Ricky Ronnie's going to take some criticism. But, they were leading the country in scoring until a couple of Here, I'll ask you this. We'll close with this. Penn State went from good to great very quickly. Did it happen so
You're back to good.
Well, right. Did it happen so fast that it skewed
I think
the whole expectation level for everyone.
Well, I think James did some of that. I don't know that they, you throw the word great around and then you start splitting hairs over great versus elite. There's only really there's one elite program, let's face it, and that's Alabama. So I think, you want to talk about being a great football team. To me, a great football team is a national championship contender, national championship team, college football playoff team. Elite is something that is sustained over years and years. So let's move past that, just in the emotion of the Ohio State game.
Here's the thing, can they get any better? Trace McSorley's gone next year. Who's the quarterback? I don't know. I mean, I'm really wondering if this has been the peak of Penn State football, maybe for the next few years. Look, a lot of things are going great. Recruiting's going great, but when McSorley leaves, we don't know what the next thing's
found
going to
no
be.
snaps again for Tommy Stevens.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, the other guy's standing up out of a fake field goal with his quarterback and almost clinching the game at that moment.
Yeah.
So, I think they're a little more guarded when they have the lead late, and they're going to have to get over that.
Yeah, it's just a tough loss. This is a tough loss for everybody, and we'll see how they bounce back here in the next few weeks, because the schedule, you get on the road and the schedule's tough. So, all right, for Neil, I'm Corey, Caleb on our video. Thanks for watching.